Psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy is the psychiatric practice that involves the ingestion of a psychedelic substance, one such as LSD or MDMA, and the combination of talk therapy in the effort to heal trauma and mental illnesses. There's still a lot to learn about the potential of psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy, but the existing results have seen promise. Today I will be discussing how psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy works, the results of therapy sessions, and the impact of psychedelic-assisted therapy on mental illnesses such as PTSD, depression, and substance abuse. Now, the approach to psychedelic therapy will vary depending on who is guiding you, but it does go in steps. So the first step is a consultation to ensure that there are no circumstances that would hinder you from being able to receive the treatment, and to discuss any concerns you have about the risk, and to also discuss your goals for that treatment session. The next step is ingestion, and this is either in the form of oral ingestion or an injection, and is under the direct supervision of a trained therapist. And depending on which psychedelic drug you choose, there may be multiple sessions. So for example, MDMA usually involves 3 sessions, while LSD will only involve 2. Then the final step is the integration process, where the client and the therapist work together to affiliate the meaning behind the psychedelic experience. A doctor by the name of Rick Dublin has spent decades investigating how psychedelics can help us heal from trauma and mental illness, and claims that when paired with psychotherapy, drugs like LSD and MDMA can definitely change the way we treat PTSD, depression, and substance abuse. Dublin also shared that the most promising results from his studies had been the effect of psychedelics on PTSD. And in an article written in September 2021 by a man named Peter Tarr from the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation, he shared that Dr. Griffiths of Johns Hopkins reported in 2016 that a single dose of 25 milligrams of LSD given in the psychotherapeutic setting produced long-lasting positive changes in mood and well-being in healthy volunteers. Tarr also reported that in November 2021, a study of LSD-assisted psychotherapy appearing in a JAMA Psychiatry and led by Drs. Roland Griffins and Alan Davis of Johns Hopkins University, reported large, rapid, and sustained antidepressant effects in a group of 27 patients with major depressive disorder. Dublin also said in his TED Talk speech that the psychedelics are now also being used as tools for neuroscience to study brain function and to study the enduring mystery of human consciousness. In his TED Talk, Dublin shares that the FDA has declared MDMA-assisted psychotherapy for PTSD as a breakthrough therapy. The FDA has also declared LSD a breakthrough therapy for treatment-resistant depression and just recently approved ketamine for depression. He also reported that psychedelics and the mystical experiences they produce are being explored for the connections between meditation and mindfulness. This was included in a paper just recently published about lifelong Zen meditations, taking LSD in the midst of meditation retreats, and showing long-term benefits and brain changes. In terms of impact of psychedelic therapy, Dublin shared a story of a man named Tony, who was a veteran that suffered from PTSD, and he was one of the participants in the pilot studies of psychedelic therapy that Dublin conducted. Dublin explains that the treatment that Tony received was 3.5 months long, but during that period of time, he would only get MDMA on 3 occasions, and they were all separated by 12 90-minute long non-drug psychotherapy sessions, and then 3 were before the MDMA session for preparation, and 3 after each MDMA session for integration. The results from Tony's session helped him connect to his friends that had unfortunately passed away, and he was able to see himself through their eyes. Tony found a new way to honor their memory. He came to the terms that they wouldn't want him to suffer and they would want him to live his life to the fullest. Tony came to terms with the fact that he was using opiates to escape the trauma that the PTSD brought about, and ultimately Tony did decide to drop out of the study. Now, Dublin did state that Tony is still free of PTSD and he has never returned to opiates, and he is helping others less fortunate than him in Cambodia. Dublin further reported that the data that they presented to the FDA from 107 people in their pilot studies, including Tony, showed that 23% of the people that received therapy without active MDMA no longer had PTSD at the end of the treatment. However, when you added MDMA, the results were more than double, to 56% no longer having PTSD. I do agree with the fact that there's still a lot that needs to be discussed about the potential of psychedelic therapy, but as you can see from the results presented, the results are promising, and particularly more promising for those who suffer from severe PTSD. Now, because of the results presented and the studies that have been conducted, advocates and lobbyists are working to decriminalize some of the psychedelic substances to improve research opportunities. The treatment options are continuously evolving, and this is only the beginning of the potential that psychedelic therapy can have.